Hello my beautiful and lovely gamers, my name is Jonal. Today we're going to talk about something that everyone else has talked about. I didn't want to comment on it before I had gotten my research up, read, listened to people, talked to people about it. And that is the role queue system that a lot of people want to implement into Overwatch. I want to give you guys my opinion why I don't think it's going to work. Why I, to a certain extent, believe that it's a good concept that's just not going to be able to get implemented. And as always, guys, this is a conversation. I would love to hear your opinion on my opinion, or just your general opinion, how you guys think it should be, down in the comments. As always, guys, it's a conversation, but we don't have to agree on everything. That's the beauty of this. I would love to hear you guys' opinion, why you guys agree or disagree with me, what points do you agree or disagree with, and what are your own arguments and points for this system. Because this system is actually great. What it will do, of course, it will give more structured games. That's at least the plan of it. But what I don't really see a lot of people talk about is the direct concept of it, which kind of, you know, bugs me out. It's very easy to just say, oh, we'll just create a role queue system and it's gonna work perfectly and make everyone have perfect games with perfect team compositions and enough tanks, enough healers, enough DPSs. That's gonna be great, and that's the end of it. But let's take a little bit deeper look at why I don't believe it's gonna work. Let's kind of myth-bust this. There's kind of two ways to do it. You either have an unlocked or you have a locked system. Now, the unlocked system is, of course, that essentially just means that it's a please do as you said you were gonna do system, which is gonna leave a lot of, you know, quote-unquote trolls, people that sign up as support because they want to get faster in the game or something like that, then locks the DPS or a tank because they don't want to play support or stuff like that. In general, you have to pick a role. And people that are comfortable about playing certain heroes on certain maps. I know that there are certain maps that I am insane on Junkrat on, and not really that many other heroes on that map because, you know, I can't play them, but my Junkrat is definitely the better one. So if I had signed up as a tank, let's say that one day I want to play tank, I get to this map, I'm like, I want to play Junkrat now. but you can't. You just can't. And then, of course, there's the fact that, you know, okay, if you say you want to play support and you lock a DPS, then we can report you for breaking this thing, and that's not going to be allowed. But what if you have to flex? What if you play DPS, but you have to play tank? And, you know, people will say, well, no one is going to report you for picking the tank. That's not true. I know a lot of people that don't like triple tank and think it's trolling if you try to play triple tank. So what about that? What if, you know, one of your support wants to play Sombra because, you know, it's technical as a support on Route 66. People won't understand that that's a proper comp, and then boom, you're reported because you try to flex, not because you're ruining the game. Then there's a lock system, which I see most people wanting because of this, because of the trolls, and this is just a way to actually force people to uphold what they said they were gonna play. And the first problem I have with this kind of lock system is a little bit about who picks the meta. Like, if you have a lock system, that means as soon as you get into the game, as whatever role you picked, you are stuck with those heroes. Who picks the meta? So, and with that I mean, okay, who decides if you are supposed to have a 2-2-2? Why 2-2-2? Why 2 tanks to support 2 DPSs? Why not triple tank? Why not triple DPS dive? Why not quad DPS dive with a Sombra and a Lucio? Why not these? Why 2-2-2? And I understand and I know that 2-2-2 is like this beauty of a stable team comp that everyone can play with no matter what skill level, because it's easy to put together, it's easy to understand your roles, it's balanced out, and it's not as advanced. You know, triple DPS dive is actually a really hard thing to play coordinated on a team. But who is gonna decide what is, you know, that hero pick? Because as soon as you get into the game, you can no longer flex. Right? If you decide 2-2-2, but you think you need that third tank, you think you need that diva, one of your DPSs cannot swap. That's just how this system is built. Then we have flex players. What about me? I play most DPSs, because all of them. I play most tanks, and I play a couple of the support. I play Ana, I play Moira, of course. I can play Senna, it's not that good in higher ranks, but especially my Ana, especially my Moira, those two are really good. So what about me? Am I having to pick what I want? I have certain maps that I like to play certain heroes on. So can I just, you know, say that I want to play DPS, but then all of a sudden I want to swap to a tank, but I can't do that because it's a locked system. All of a sudden I want to play something else, or I think that me flexing onto another hero, another type, is gonna work 10 times better, but that's not gonna be the case. What if we have a one-trick Symmetra and for some reason I need to play Ana? because, you know, it's triple support, but it's better than, you know, only having a Lucio as your secondary, because we also have a Lucio 1-3. There's all these scenarios where I see, like, I'm a flex player and I'm gonna get screwed if I pick a role system. And then there, of course, there's the queue system. As I said, you can queue up as a DPS, a tank, or support, which I think is flawed, as I said, because what also, if you get 2 mercy mains, you can to a certain extent say, well, that's not going to happen. What if you get 2 main supports? Now you don't have the Lucio speed boost, right? If you're really going to go into meta, what if you get 2 main tanks, no off tanks? What if you get too many off tanks that can't play main tanks? What if you get too many projectile heroes? None of them can play proper hit scans, right? All of this, what if you get all of these other scenarios? And that's why, you know, the only way I can solve that is saying, okay, we set it up as a team. You have a main tank, you can queue as main tank, or you can queue as flex tank, or secondary tank, off tank, whatever you want to call it. You can queue as main DPS, or DPS, or you can queue as flex DPS. You can queue as a main support, or as secondary support. That's great. But what if you're new to the game? What if you just reached level 25? And yes, I agree with a lot of people that's going to say, well, if you're level 25, then you shouldn't play Overwatch. If your first time, you shouldn't play competitive. Agreed. It's, you know, you should learn the hero roster and stuff like that. But they still have the right, and they're still allowed to, and they still should be allowed to play. But they don't know what they are. They don't know if they're a flex tank or a main tank, or which one am I? But I also like kind of to play a little bit of everything, right? What are you of that type? And that's gonna also be a problem, to just distinguish who are you. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are then gonna say, you know, I'm just flex DPSing, because then I kind of get the spot of DPS, but I can go to tank if I want to, so I kind of get to play whatever I want. And for me, this is a huge problem, because I don't find really any systems. And in theory, yes, you can sign up. I haven't seen some people say, you know, you click on what heroes you want to play, and then you queue, and then you get to play that. But that won't work either. Again, what do? I can play most heroes. Do I just click on everyone? And how is the system gonna work? Does it work so that you don't get people that cross-reference you? So like I say, I can play Genji, I can play McCree, I can play Tracer, I can play Hanzo. Do I then not get Genji, Kree's, Hanzo's, right? Do I not get those? What if I can play Widowmaker, Hanzo, Tracer, Genji? Do I not get these heroes? Do I get those heroes, right? In details, how is that system gonna work, and how is it gonna help us? Just because I click, that I can pick Zarya, and I can pick, you know, Winston, Diva, I can pick all these tanks, and I can pick all these supports, doesn't mean I'm gonna play them. So just picking out what heroes I can play and then clicking queue, that does not mean I'm gonna play those heroes in the game. And locking us off to, you know, you can pick 5 heroes, that's the only one you will have access to. Again, it's not gonna work either, because of obvious reason. What if, you know, those heroes instantly get countered? Or you need to swap to something else that would work a billion times better, like I would. And that's why I haven't really found a system that I'm happy with. I have not found a system that I think is viable for Overwatch, that I can see people implementing, except the team one, and still that one is very weird, because, again, who can play? Who is a proper flex DPS? Especially in lower ranks, who can play, you know, most of the DPSs, including most of the off tanks, if not all off tanks? Who can play that in lower ranks and actually proper play that? Who in level 80 can play that? You don't have the playtime to make that decisions. And while, you know, some people then bring out the argument that, oh, okay, but if you don't have the hours and you can't play that, then don't sign up for that. That argument again becomes weak, because if you are a Genji main, you play Genji, you play Hanzo, you play Hog, you play Trace, right? So you kind of like, I go into the flex category because I'm not a main DPS. I can't play any hit scans or anything like that. But I'm not a flex DPS, so I sign up as a main DPS, but I can't play the hero roles for main DPS. And this leaves these huge vacuums of space of exceptions and people that's not calculated in. And I don't think it's gonna really balance anything out. And that's my concern, guys. As always, I would love to hear your opinion down in the comments. And hopefully we can start a good conversation around this, either here on the Discord server, wherever you guys like. I hope that this was an interesting video. I have my exams now, so if you haven't followed Discord, Twitter, or stuff like that, I'm telling when I'm going live, when I can't go live, and stuff like that. That's also why the YouTube speed is a little bit slower right now, because I'm exhausted from all my exams. You can maybe hear it on my voice. I'm dead beat tired. I just got done with an exam today, so Thank you guys for watching. As always, guys, my name has been Jonal. Stay positive, guys, and keep the enemy in your crosshair.